Are we alone in the universe? As we close out 2025 and look at the gaming lineup for 2026, the answer is a hard no. And honestly, looking at the things coming our way, we probably wish we were alone. Welcome back to Magic Game World. Today, we are scanning the stars and the darkest corners of Earth for the best alien and sci-fi horror games that are about to invade your life. We're talking about shape-shifting nightmares, underwater leviathans, and lunar bases gone dark. If you love the mystery of the X-Files, the paranoia of The Thing, or the retro-future aesthetic of Alien, you are in the right place. Turn off the lights, watch the skies, and let's get into it. To kick things off, let's start with a game coming next year that hits that classic gray alien fear right on the head. It's called They Are Here, Alien Abduction Horror. If you're a fan of movies like Signs, this is a love letter to that era. You play as Taylor Fox, a journalist who heads to Grayswood Farm to shoot a photo documentary. The family there is reporting bright lights, violent animals, and strange phenomena. But once Taylor steps onto that farm, he is confronted with things far more horrifying than just crop circles. Gameplay-wise, this is a linear, plot-centered first-person horror. You're not a super soldier, you're an investigator. Your tools are a flashlight, a walkie-talkie, and your camera to record evidence. You'll be digging through documents, listening to audio tapes, and exploring not just the farm, but a creepy military base nearby. There's actually a prologue available right now that covers a first contact event years before the main game, so check it out while we wait for the full invasion. While They Are Here focuses on a local abduction mystery, our next title escalates things to a full-scale alien invasion. This is No More Light. This is a narrative-driven, post-apocalyptic survival shooter where humanity hangs by a thread. Grotesque insectoid horrors have overrun Earth, and as a lone survivor, you aren't just fighting them, you are using their own power against them. The lore here hits hard because the game confirms that the conspiracy theories were true. HARP is active, the Greys are real, and you are caught in the middle. The gameplay is tactical and brutal. You can weaponize the weather using HARP systems, summoning lightning storms and blizzards to crush the alien swarm. You also have a mechanic called parasite control that lets you possess the insectoids and turn them against each other. But be careful, because to survive, you have to embrace a deadly metamorphosis, fusing with alien biomass. It's dark, it's intense, and it looks incredible. If fighting off a massive swarm sounds a bit too chaotic for you, let's dial it back to something more personal and psychological with Within the Unknown. This is a first-person horror where the lines between reality and simulation blur. You wake up with no memory of who you are, forced to explore an abandoned farm to uncover the mystery of your family. But here's the twist. You are a human subject in a sci-fi simulation designed to make you relive your darkest traumas. The immersion here is fantastic. You have an inventory system with notes from your wife and keys to unlock new areas. The coolest mechanic is the lighter. It adds real tension because it can blow out when you run, forcing you to stop and flick it back on while you're being stalked. You'll also find a flashlight to blind the creatures lurking in the cornfield. If you want to try it out, there is a demo up on Steam right now. Now, we need a brief break from the trauma, so let's swap the horror for some attitude and save humanity in High on Life 2. You've already taken down an intergalactic cartel, but now a mysterious figure from your past has put a price on your sister's head. This time, you're taking on an evil pharmaceutical conglomerate that is literally putting price tags on human life. The big new feature here is a skateboard. You can kickflip alien cops in the face and grind your way through exotic locations while blasting enemies with your team of charismatic, talking alien guns. You'll be wreaking havoc at an alien zoo for humans and even crashing a futuristic luxury cruise liner. It's high octane, it's hilarious, and it features an all-star comedy cast. If you want your alien invasion with a side of laughs and chaos, this is the one. All right, fun's over. Let's head back into the deep woods for some atmospheric isolation horror in Lights in the Sky. Imagine Firewatch, but instead of a mystery about a missing person, you are being hunted by aliens. You step into the boots of a fire lookout, completely isolated in the woods. But you aren't defenseless. You're armed with a flashlight and a trusty pump-action shotgun. Your goal is to survive the eerie, unpredictable alien threat lurking in the shadows and avoid abduction. You'll be venturing out of your tower to explore the wilderness and investigate abandoned bunkers to figure out why these things are here. The storytelling relies on audio logs and radio communications from other witnesses in the area, building up that sense of dread. If you like the idea of holding a shotgun while watching strange lights float over the tree line, this game is going to be a must-play.
Leaving the woods behind, we're heading 12 light-years from Earth for a heavy hitter from the creators of Until Dawn. This is Directive 8020. The stakes here are massive. Earth is dying, and humanity is running out of time. A colony ship called the Cassiopeia crash lands on a planet called Tau Ceti F. But the crew quickly realizes they are not alone. They are being hunted by an alien organism capable of perfectly mimicking its prey. This brings a terrifying paranoia to the game. Years of training and trust are gone instantly because you never know who is human and who is not. The game features Hollywood actor Lashana Lynch and introduces a new Turning Points story tree. You'll have to make brutal choices. Do you save yourself, or do you risk everything to save the people back on Earth? With improvised weapons and stealth mechanics, this is cinematic sci-fi horror at its finest. If space travel isn't your thing, we can head back down to a devastated post-Soviet wasteland for a unique survival horror experience called Regeneration. You play as a scientist from the Samsara Technologies expedition. You wake up after days of unconsciousness to find your team dead, communication lost, and the area turned into a breeding ground for an alien life form that mutates and consumes everything. What makes this stand out is the focus on science. You aren't just blasting things, you are analyzing them. You use tools like UV flashlights, ultrasound, and DNA analyzers to manipulate the organic world around you. The environment is treacherous, filled with toxic zones and biohazards, where the ecosystem watches your every move. You'll have to craft makeshift items and find encrypted files to uncover the dark secret behind this anomaly. If you like your alien horror with a side of scientific mystery, keep an eye on this one. Moving from open survival to a PlayStation award-winning cinematic experience, check out Retrieval. This mixes survival horror with deep, emotional drama. You play as Hannah Loesch, the commander of a research team on the distant planet Regeneration. After an accident, you're stranded in a mysterious base that looks like a retro-futuristic subway system. The visuals here are stunning, powered by NVIDIA, but the story is the real hook. It's not just about running from monsters. The game explores themes of friendship, love, and loyalty. You'll be navigating a ravaged world, uncovering chilling secrets about what happened to the base, and facing relentless challenges. If you want a horror game that is going to pull at your heartstrings while scaring the life out of you, this is the one. Now, let's trade the retro-futuristic subway for an alien ocean in the next chapter of the universe we love to fear, Subnautica 2. You play as a pioneer traveling to a distant world, but something is wrong. The ship's AI insists you carry on, but this world is dangerously out of balance. To survive, you might have to do more than just craft tools. You might have to evolve your own genetics and change what it means to be human. The biggest news here is co-op. For the first time, you can play with up to 3 friends. You'll be exploring towering underwater cliffs, lush coral fields, and crafting custom bases with an overhauled building system. But of course, it wouldn't be Subnautica without the terror of the deep. There are mysterious new life forms, from small fish to terrifying leviathans lurking in the dark. It is launching in early access, so get ready to dive back in. Finally, we have to talk about the game that just dropped last week and is already setting the standard for sci-fi horror going into 2026. This is Routine. This is a first-person sci-fi horror set on an abandoned lunar base, but the vibe is completely unique. It's designed around an 80s vision of the future. Think chunky cassette futurism, floppy disks, and raw analog technology. You are exploring a base that has gone completely quiet. There are no waypoint markers and no hand-holding here. Finding your way is part of the experience. You have to slow down, observe your surroundings, and roam through deteriorating living quarters and abandoned malls to find the truth. Your main lifeline is the Cosmonaut Assistant Tool, or CAT, which helps you access terminals and identify clues. But you are not alone. You'll come face to face with an unknown threat that is absolutely certain that you are the enemy. With no health packs and minimal UI, the immersion is intense. If you haven't picked this up yet, do it now. So, which of these extraterrestrial worlds are you visiting? Are you exploring the lunar base in Routine or diving into the ocean in Subnautica 2? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this list, smack that like button and subscribe to Magic Game World for more horror, mystery, and sci-fi gaming goodness. Watch the skies, and I'll see you in the next one.